So from this point on, it's a lesson. And from that point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game. I posted him up. I did everything. If I can ever show you that film, and if you can ever ask him that, ask him about the thing that happened.
How does a player go from the top high school player in the country, getting comparisons to Michael Jordan and LeBron James, to out of the NBA in 2015 after being drafted 3rd overall in just the 2008 NBA draft? In order to know how, we have to look at the story of O.J. Mayo, and today we are going to be exploring what happened to O.J. Mayo and why his career fluttered out as fast as it did. If you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button and subscribe. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of August. Let's get into the video. Born in Huntington, West Virginia, Mayo spent most of his high school career playing at a Rose Hill Christian High School in Kentucky until he moved to North College High in Ohio, where he would be named Mr. Basketball for the entire state of Ohio and average nearly 30 points per game and 10 rebounds per game throughout his high school career. Most major sources expected Mayo to take the leap to the NBA straight out of high school. However, new NBA rules forced the player to take at least one season of college ball before entering the draft. So, Mayo enrolled at the University of Southern California in 2007, and he would be known as one of the top college prospects in the country. However, his entire high school career would be overshadowed by his infamous challenging of a retired Michael Jordan, who would go on to dominate Mayo in a one-on-one, saying, "Mayo might be the greatest high school player, but I am the best in the world." Despite this hit on his resume, Mayo continued on to USC, and during his career he trained with top NBA players such as Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Kidd, all while still playing for the Trojans and throughout his college career. Because of this training and his extreme talent, Mayo was able to average 21 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 3.3 assists per game during one season in college, all while shooting 44% from the field and 41% from 3. As mentioned before, though, Mayo was good enough to make an all Pac-10 team, but the Trojans quickly lost both in the Pac-10 tournament and in the to Kansas State in the NCAA tournament. After the final game of the season, an investigation began into the USC Trojans athletic programs about whether or not Mayo and various other athletes have received illegal benefits to play for the Trojans. Because of this, OJ decided to go ahead and go into the NBA and foreclose his opportunity to play another sophomore season at USC. With that, we get to the NBA draft day. Mayo was technically selected 3rd overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves. However, he was quickly traded to the Grizzlies on draft day for rookie power forward Kevin Love and a few other big pieces. In his rookie season for the Grizzlies, Mayo averaged 18.5 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 3.2 assists per game, and 1.1 steals per game, finishing 2nd in the Rookie of the Year race, while the Grizzlies failed to make any noise in the playoffs, going through 3 coaches and finishing 24-58 on the season. His time in Memphis would last for about 3 more seasons, where he would have a relatively successful track record, but the locker room troubles and lack of work ethic and multiple missed practices, missed training sessions caused Mayo to lose his starting job, and by his final season in Memphis, he played 66 games, but started none of them, and only managed to average 12.6 points per game coming off the bench. After this season, in the offseason, Mayo openly made it known he did not enjoy coming off the bench, and in turn, he was left to go into unrestricted free agency, where he would then sign with the Dallas Mavericks to a 1-1-year deal where he had a player option if he enjoyed his time there. Mayo would spend 1 season in Dallas and was relatively successful, 15 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, and 4.4 assists per game. However, his offensive production took a major hit when all-star forward Dirk Nowitzki returned from injuries, and he was left as the 2nd and even 3rd option after Nowitzki. After finishing 41-41 and missing the playoffs again, Mayo declined his player option to explore even more free agency offers, where he would then sign a $4 million contract with the young up-and-coming Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks did not have an established star just yet. Before Giannis Antetokounmpo really took off, Chris Middleton was still an average role player. Greg Monroe was now the best player on this team, so only playing 52 games in 2013 was a disappointing outcome for a team that expected Mayo to provide a massive spark in their offensive production. Because of Mayo's terrible conditioning, and the signing began to look like a very very bad signing for the Bucks. He did, however, bounce back in his second year in 2014, where he would average 11 points per game, 2.6 rebounds per game, and 2.8 assists per game, all while playing 71 regular season games. And despite a first-round loss, the Bucks did push the Bulls to 6 games, where Mayo played a key role in the 6-game series. However, in the 2015-16 season, Mayo struggled with multiple hamstring injuries, something that has followed him across his entire NBA career, and he would only appear in a career-low 41 NBA games before being shut down completely due to a right ankle fracture. This would be the final NBA season, as many fans did not know what was about to hit OJ Mayo, that he, in the summer of 2016, was dismissed and suspended from the NBA until 2018-19 due to a drug violation. Since Mayo was suspended, he has jumped around a foreign NBA leagues and attempted to make a few comebacks, but his signings have never stuck and his training sessions have never quite made the impact that he expected. Because of all this and because of the drug violation, Mayo's career has flustered out and it is likely that he will never see an NBA court again, which is very disappointing considering how much potential OJ had when he was coming into the league. And that's the short and quick story of OJ Mayo, an NBA player who did not take his career serious, and because of drug use, he was kicked out of the NBA for more than 3 seasons and forced to fight for his career overseas, and eventually it would fail him, and he has not been able to make a comeback yet. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. How do you guys think OJ Mayo would have turned out if he had had a better head on his shoulders and avoided drug use? I guess we'll never know, but it's always an interesting thing to think about when you see an NBA player whose career didn't work out. Thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you guys next time.